Well, welcome everyone. I'm here with two amazing women in this community. I've got Marjorie Maas. She is the executive director for SHARE Omaha, and Donna Kush, the president and CEO for the Omaha Community Foundation. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure, Andy. Thank you so much.
So lots of things happening within these two organizations. So let's just start off. How did the partnership between SHARE Omaha and the Omaha Community Foundation, this is a new joint venture, a new partnership. So Donna, you want to answer that question?
Sure. Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Andy. The partnership actually goes back a couple years, and SHARE Omaha and Omaha Gives and the Community Foundation really started collaborating on each other's efforts. So there was a lot of work to link between each other's websites to especially where we complemented each other. So for example, during Omaha Gives, a couple years ago, SHARE Omaha had links within Omaha Gives to volunteer opportunities that were listed on the SHARE Omaha website. So, and vice versa. When when there were events that SHARE Omaha was doing, Omaha Gives and the Community Foundation was helping to support and promote those as well. So it actually goes back quite a ways, and really everything just kind of came into fruition then as the Community Foundation started having discussions about what to do with Omaha Gives, and the timing just felt so right strategically. And then we had this great opportunity with a partner in the community who had, when you look at it, a more robust platform than just a one-day giving platform that allowed for more to happen 365 days a year. And so strategically it made sense, and then from a timing standpoint, it made sense to work together with this partner more closely.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have to say, I mean, I just assume everybody knows what SHARE Omaha is. You guys just launched a couple years ago. So Marjorie, before you kind of answer or tail spin off of what Donna just said, let's just talk about what is SHARE Omaha.
Sure. And I love this elevator pitch. So we are a conduit between nonprofits and their needs, their causes, and the public that wants to do good. And we try to make that process and that matchmaking as seamless and as easy as possible with an unbiased approach. So when you go to shareomaha.org, our primary program, you go there, the nonprofits, as you run the search, are randomized. So what's beautiful about that is that the smallest nonprofit can be positioned first based upon the algorithm of the day, and you get to meet a lot of new nonprofits to you based upon your interest in the filters that you choose.
Yeah, because again, SHARE Omaha launched, it was 2017, correct? Or 2018?
January 17th, 2019.
Well, where's my head? I mean, it feels like you guys have been around for so many years. So 2019 is when you launched. Oh my goodness.
Well, Andy, I mean, 2020 has been like 3 years altogether.
I know. I know. So
it's true.
So, okay, that just says you've done so much. This organization has done so much in literally, 2 years.
Well, it's been a rocket ship. We launched with 156 nonprofits, 6 nonprofits above goal. And today we have 465 nonprofits on the website.
Yeah.
So it's just, the organization has been accepted by the community, and there was a tipping point where nonprofits were then seeking us out. And now our job is to draw as many of the public, individuals, companies, families, churches, schools, to take advantage of those postings that the nonprofits generate for the community.
All right, so we talked a little bit about how the partnership came together. So let's just talk a little bit about your organizations, how they complement each other. And then we're going to talk about some of the changes going forward, which, we'll talk about Omaha Gives, which has been a huge giving day that the Omaha Community Foundation has put out for, was this 5, 6,
8, the 8th year.
Again, time flies by. So, Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about, I mean, we talked about how the organizations complement one another, but do you have anything else to say about that, Marjorie? Do you want to add to that?
Certainly. So when I think about it, I think about how the Omaha Community Foundation has initiatives that really concentrate on the macro dynamics that really sculpt our community. They're working on building up capacity on nonprofits. They're working on racial justice issues. They're working on so many initiatives that are critical to the foundational health of our community. What's beautiful about SHARE Omaha is that you can put into practice immediately a need you might see from the community foundation or that bubbles up from their research on the landscape, et cetera, and go to action on it right away. You can say, I'm going to dig into that issue and I'm going to find an organization I can volunteer with, or I'm going to dig in and I'm going to make a gift today, a donation through the platform, or I'm going to seek out what events are happening regarding that, or buy an in-kind item. So there's just so many ways that people can really put into practice the macro dynamic that the community foundation really champions.
Yeah.
We'll continue that too. We'll continue that partnership of working together. So, as Marjorie said, we kind of work on some macro issues in that, but it's that, and we do have a community investment team here who works really closely with nonprofits in order to be able to achieve that and to help then transfer that knowledge over to our base of donors, our fund holders, because that's really what we are, is a collective of donors. And so we look forward to continuing working really closely with SHARE Omaha to share that knowledge that we have on the nonprofits, what's happening in the community, what those needs are, where the gaps are, so that we can help, then translate that to our donor base and fund holders.
Yeah. And I really see, as you guys move forward and really looking at how the synergy between what these two organizations do is so important, because there's a different focus, but also there's a collaborative focus, and for the community on how we can make the community better through nonprofits and supporting them as well. So, all right, let's talk a little bit about the campaigns that the public can look forward to.
Yes, and please believe every ounce of this statement. We all love Omaha Gives, and we love the energy and the creativity that it spurred for nonprofits and for the community to feel like they had a place at the table to make an investment in something that mattered to them. We want to see that continue. We want to see it continue, but we also want to see it continue and feel like people are empowered throughout the year. So on special days where we elevate the entire sector, like Giving Tuesday, which is the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, that's any nonprofit can leverage that day as a way to activate their donor base or to attract new supporters to their mission. But also next April, because we know that we've trained our community to like a spring giving day, we are going to have Do Good Week, which is April 18th through 24th. And every day that week is kind of going to have a different theme, is what we're planning toward. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's a crescendo at the end of the week based around cash insurgence to nonprofits. So just know that we really want to show the flexibility of our website during those campaigns, but also keep that energy going. We really want to see the creativity just flow like it has for Omaha Gives.
Yeah. And I don't want to go, Omaha Gives, again, has been such a crucial day for so many years. And it's so great to, again, look in, okay, how do we move forward, and looking at, the decision to move forward without Omaha Gives. So Donna, do you want to speak a little bit to that? Because I don't want to look to the past, but really to the future on everything that actually has done for the Omaha community, and now we're moving forward and making, potentially something even greater.
Yes, yeah, the Omaha Gives was always such a great celebration of our nonprofits, highlighting all the work that they did, and it was this great moment in time for us once a year where we celebrated all that great work. The staff at the boards, the everybody that's been involved in helping grow our community. because we have, no doubt about it, one of the most generous communities in the nation, no doubt about it. And this was a great way to celebrate the nonprofit equation of that. So it was very sad, very hard for all of us to think about losing Omaha Gives. But that said, we knew we were going to be, working then moving forward with an amazing partner who had this platform that was not only about giving, but really was going to be able to engage the community in more robust ways than what we could with our platform. So it just made a lot of sense. It was a huge effort, huge lift for our team for those 8 years, and it raised $60 million almost over those 8 years. This last year with COVID being one of our top years that we had in terms of the amount, but also our participation was greater than ever in terms of individuals. And, really to me, if you think about that, the individual number of donors was bigger. Well, that's what SHARE Omaha is really all about. It's about making sure that everybody, more of the community, has a chance to participate.
And in a very easy way. So I'm going to kind of give it back to you, Marjorie, as well, because it's so, going to your website, it's so easy to give back on your website.
Well, one of our taglines, Andy, is that you can make a difference in 5 clicks or less, and that's not hyperbole. That is something that you actually can make. You actually can make happen. You click the filter, you scroll down, you find something that sounds like a match. You read about that nonprofit. You maybe dig into their website a little bit, and then come back and decide how you want to engage. And 80% of our traffic are new visitors.
Yeah.
So people come to the website, they find their match, and then they're stewarded by that organization. We consistently bring in new traffic that want to be exposed to the community and find a perfect fit for what they want to accomplish. And we know that nonprofits are seeing the benefit of new supporters and more and different support coming their direction as far as volunteers, cash, in-kind resources, and event attendees.
Right. Because it really is, whether it's donating $1 or $10 or donating blankets or whatever it may be, all that information is on SHARE Omaha, your website. And you know what, with COVID-19, it's been a tough year, and people, we're all dealing with our challenges, but I think people actually want to give back even more during this time.
I would echo what Donna said. I mean, seeing the record number of donors that came to Omaha Gives, and really the surge that we saw in volunteer applications through our website at the height of quarantine time when people were trying to volunteer virtually. An average month for us, Andy, is about 500 volunteer leads. That's pretty impressive all by itself.
Yeah.
In April, with the help of KTV and a campaign specifically about virtual volunteerism, we saw 1,000 applications just in April. And though we haven't seen quite a spike like that, Omaha has not disappointed.
Yeah.
Turn out and we help each other.
Yeah.
And I would definitely say that people are wanting to find purpose in the midst of this crisis. So.
All right. So before we sign off, let's just talk about Giving Tuesday one last time, because it's coming up the Tuesday right after Thanksgiving. Marjorie, I'll just let you say a few more words about that.
Certainly. So the Omaha Community Foundation and SHARE Omaha are pushing out the message regarding Giving Tuesday. Giving Tuesday is the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, and it's a worldwide event. And SHARE Omaha is proud to be kind of the powering, organizing entity for the effort for the Giving Tuesday 402 and Giving Tuesday 712. Those are the 2 hashtags. So there's a Southwest Iowa focused campaign for our Iowa nonprofits, and then one for the entire metro for 402. So dig into givingtuesday402.org, and you will find everything that your business, your family, maybe your nonprofit, if you're a nonprofit, ways to get involved. So there's lots of opportunities for you to light up your building, change your marquee, do something fun for your neighbors. I mean, there's just so many opportunities for you to feel like you're part of that swell of energy on that day.
And what a great way to kick off the holiday season. So Donna, I'll let you kind of then say a few final words about before we sign off here.
Oh, well, just thank you so much, Andy, for your support of us and Omaha Gives over the years. But we're so excited about this opportunity that we have to partner and the opportunity that we're creating for our entire community.
Yeah, it's huge. So, ladies, I just want to thank you both so much. First, for chatting with me today, but also everything you're doing in our community. Marjorie, Donna, thank you so much.
Thank you, Andy.
Okay, we'll talk to you soon. And folks, don't go away. We'll be right back.